everyone, John Henry here from School of Trade, and today we're going to be taking a look at a wave pattern on crude oil here. Just got triggered in short, 102.45. Let's move our stop down in place here. 102.53, there we go. First target's going to come off at 102.32. Second and final target down here at 102.13. So looking at this pattern itself, we are going into a 4-5-6 continuation pattern. But this 4-5-6 continuation pattern looks absolutely perfect. We had a nice little bit of a head and shoulders pattern that fired off at the highs here, immediately rejected down. If you missed that one, this is that pullback for this trade. And this pullback is coming directly in line with this crosshair. Now, along with that, this is also after the buyers attempted to come in a little bit earlier here, made a new low, kind of reversed up to a new high here, bounced off one of the BMTs, dropped down to a new low, another reset, and then now we're coming back down again. So we're seeing the conviction coming back into the market from crude oil. Now, if we zoom way out here, we can see that we've had one heck of a day today. I mean, we've just been dropping like a rock all day. And so that's the reason why I'm not really going for a big runner target. We've been going down for a long time, and we're down quite a ways. From the beginning of the day today, let's see here, we had a high of 103.60. We've gone down all the way to 102.26. We've gone down 134 ticks. So we're already past our average expected movement on crude oil. So I'm not going to look for a runner target anymore. Just looking to take off the first target here, 102.32. Second target down here at 102.13. Now, our entry here at 102.45, if we can get this first one filled, that'll be 3 contracts off at 13. And then the final target from our entry down to this push down here to 102.13. Is that right? 102.13. Be another 32 ticks. So not only will we have the 13 at 3, we'll also have another 32 ticks, 71 ticks, $710 on the trade if we can drop from here, versus our risk, which is 102.45 to 53, 8 ticks at 4. We're risking 320 on the trade. So I'm more than happy making my entirety of my risk back on 3 contracts and just letting the rest and the last one here run to our target. So really gorgeous setup. We're coming into perfect time and price. Had a nice drop down, had that cross back there, rejection out of the cloud for the BMTs, head and shoulders pattern showing us the downside. I mean, everything is lining up on this one. So looking for that next push down here from crude oil, taking a little bit of heat, and it's to be expected. You know, after this big of a drop down, it's possible we'll take a little bit of heat, and that's why our stop is in place, 102.53. So looks like this one might take a little while here, so we'll be back in a little bit, and we'll just kind of let this trade work out, see if we can get those targets filled, and then we'll be pretty good on the trade. Let's show the trades here. There we go. So short 102.45, first target 102.32, and we'll see how the trade turns out. All right, folks, we're back. We just got that target filled here, 102.32. I'm just going to bump my stop down to break even. We've actually been sitting in this trade for a long time, and you can see that they had a lot of chop and slot back and forth here after that entry. So very happy to get my stop to break even now. And that goes to show you, even the perfect looking setups, they can take some time. You know, now we're going into lunchtime. It's 12:10. A little bit later in the day, you know, we entered in 11:25, so we've been sitting in this one for 40 minutes now. This is something I actually went downstairs and I made some food for myself and came back and noticed that we had just finally got that first target filled. So we've been sitting in this one for a while now. Now, looking further down to the downside here, looking for the final target at 102.13. At least we've got our stop in at break even now, 102.45. If this does decide to chop back up and stop us out, that's perfectly fine. We still have 3 contracts that we took off at 13. If we can get it to drop down, though, we'll be looking at that nice hefty profit of 32 ticks on the downside. So now it's just a matter of waiting for us to break this low at 102.26, and we'll see if we can kind of trail our stop along with this. Maybe we can, you know, if we see some strength coming from the sellers again, maybe we can look to get a bigger target, but we've fallen this far already. I'm not anticipating that much more of a runner. Not to say it won't happen, but I think being conservative on the final target here might be a little bit of a better option. So anticipating this to probably take another decent amount of time here. So we'll be back in a little, hopefully a little while, maybe a long while, and we'll see how the trade turns out. All right, just a quick update here. Moving my stop down just to trail above this. We're coming into our target now. Finally, we're going on 12:40 now. Been sitting in this one for, well, we got in 11:28, so sitting on it for about an hour and a half now, just waiting for this to finally drop. And that's kind of the issue that you run into when you're going into, you know, when you're moving into the lunchtime period. It typically never goes that fast. I was hoping it'd be a little bit faster in an hour and a half. I mean, we still haven't gotten our target filled, so maybe 2 hours. But, you know, I was hoping to go a little bit faster than that. But unfortunately, is what it is. Still up on the trade, so not bad. Got our stop locked in here at 102.30. Just waiting for the market to drop a little bit from here. Saw a little bit of activity kind of push in here to drop it down, but really other than that, though, not seeing a whole lot. Kind of lackluster movement here going into the lunchtime hour. Now, our stop locked in at 102.30. If we do get stopped out here, we will still be locking in another 15 ticks on the trade on that final runner there, which would still put us above our average that we look for on our trades here. Would obviously still like to get that 32 ticks on the downside, though. So we got a protective stop here at 102.30. Just kind of waiting for the market to move at this point. Definitely not the fastest thing in the world, but we'll see if we can get that next push down here, get that target. We're only about 3 ticks away from our target at those lows there. So just one more good little push, we might be able to see that target filled. And actually, they're pushing down to the lows here. See if they have what it takes to get that pushed into. And I might just have to pause the video really quick here just to give it some time to work out. But we'll keep an eye on it, and we'll see how we do. There we go, all in one shot. Perfect. So we got our final target taken out there at 32 ticks. And that just goes to show you, just because it looks like the market may be reversing, you can't deny that trend. We've been falling literally all day. And even when it looked like it was starting to reverse, had one nice 1, 2, 3 pattern, and then just dropped like a rock right back down again. So got to be careful on those trend days going against the trend. In this case, we were with the trend. And even though it made us wait for our target, we're going into 1240 now, still definitely paid us quite well. So on the trade, looking at 13, 3 contracts off at 13, 39 ticks plus another 32 on that final runner there, 71 ticks or $710 on the trade for, if, a long trade, still just a really good trade overall. So that's going to be the trade for today, even though it took most of the day. So that'll be it for today. If you have any questions about it, feel free to send an email to School of Trade. Don't forget to check out our trial at schoolovtrade.com. Have a good one. Bye.